Iraq has come out with a new rate on the dinar, and it was just a hair under $8 and it was in country rate, in country, being in Iraq. They paid out all the contractors that were military contractors and contractors that are construction contractors. They paid them all out back pay. They went all the way back to August, September, October, November and December were all paid out, Monday morning, at 9 a.m. Iraq time at the new rate. Mr. Sami says when the auction's close we will be using the lower notes because they will be needed with added value. It will have to be out by then. So we wait for the end of the auctions. Frank, it boils down to one thing. In order for you to get those lower notes is for the auctions to close, Mr. Sami, your boss is obligated to raise the value of your currency. The President of the Republic, the Undersecretary of the Minister of Finance discuss the 2025 budget. They are also telling us here that they expect a rate change before January 1st. There is a lot of information hitting right now in Iraq. All the news is supporting a rate change before the end of the year. A huge change or transformation has occurred, a transformation of Iraq like no other they have ever experienced. It has come on the heels of being released from Chapter 7. I am in close contact with the CBI committee that is responsible for rolling out the project to delete the zeros. I get weekly statuses that are telling us that Iraq is only moving ahead and not backwards. I am told it won't be long. Exchange rate rises in local markets as dollar selling platform in Iraq nears completion. I will show you the thousands of places where IQD's type of bank will be. Those are the CBI private banks where you can exchange the IQD for whatever currency you want. If you're at a bank in Michigan it's converted to American dollars. If you're in Australia it's converted to Australian currency and so forth and so forth. For everybody outside of Iraq it will be super easy because of all of these exchange centers they are setting up. Saudi Arabia worked heavily to get Iraq ready to be able to have accession to the WTO. You haven't heard about that lately, have you? Probably not. I haven't really either. The truth is it is ongoing in the background. Iraqi banks outside of Iraq. When you visit one of these banks it may be easier to ask for the currency of the country you are in. You can then transfer the monies into your PayPal or bank account, whereas you would not be able to transfer the monies, using the Iraqi dinar, then convert the currency once you're back in the United States into US dollars. I did speak with a redemption center/redeeming bank contact who said they are expecting to work this weekend. This was surprising. He did not know if they are doing year-end stuff or something else. They were asked to bring laptops for some reason. Maybe some kind of training and they will be calling clients for wealth management, or will it be redemption related? They do not know. Remember that redemption centers/redeeming banks are part of existing banks. And many people trained for our exchanges/redemptions work for those banks in wealth management already. My contacts are trained by banks to exchange foreign currencies and they work in wealth management for the bank. TV is talking about allowing electronic passports to the United States of America. Cities like Los Angeles and Michigan. They're saying there are large numbers of Iraqis in those two USA states. Iraqis in USA will have money to get back here. Maybe if they give us our money, these Iraqi citizens will be able to travel back to the country they left. We think this means something. Frank, you're seeing it correctly. Sadoni is reaching out brilliantly to the core of Iraqis that ran away back in 2003. Sadoni is welcoming them back and making it easy for them with these passports. How do you feel about Chase Bank being in your country? Aki, it's okay. We work with all kinds of banks. Chase is going to be the largest player in the exchange of the Iraqi dinar. Chase is very vital to our monetary reform success. Chase is not in Iraq to lose money. Get ready. The exchange rate is about to rise again, the dollar selling platform will stop and the shock is coming. The dollar auctions are what's the problem. That's where the corruption is and that's about ready to go bye-bye because, Alak, said he's getting rid of the black market. The things he's doing is naturally gradually getting it done. I think by changing the exchange rate with Article 12 in the Gazette, budget being exposed, we're going to find out, they're not paying salaries and not reopening the oil after losing $20 billion to keep the exchange rate at 1,310. That doesn't make sense to anybody. The Kurdistan Democratic Party is seeking to limit the scope of the proposed amendment to Article 12 of the budget law related to the costs of producing oil in the Kurdistan region, which is rejected by members of parliament. The amendment is still witnessing controversy within the House of Representatives, which is in a legislative recess that ends next month, while political forces confirm that the amendment issue is intended to be more political than technical. In this regard, former MP Mohammed Ibrahim confirms the insistence of the Kurdistan Democratic Party, headed by Masoud Barzani, on exporting the Kurdistan region's oil without delivering the revenues to Baghdad. Ibrahim said in an interview with Al Maluma, all the oil contracts concluded by the Kurdistan region were made without the approval and knowledge of the federal government, and the central authorities responsible for the oil file in the Iraqi state, indicating that therefore, it is not possible to agree to change the costs of oil production in Kurdistan only by amending Article 12 of the budget law. He added that the partial amendment should not pass without Baghdad obtaining sufficient information about Kurdistan's oil contracts, explaining that the issue has political dimensions as officials in the Kurdistan region, and the Democratic Party in particular want to be the source of oil. He points out that the Democratic Party also does not want to give oil revenues to the central government as stated in the budget law and all the oil agreements that took place between Baghdad and Erbil. For his part, MP Hassan Mounds, a member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, considers the government's proposal regarding its request to amend the paragraph on regional oil in the 2025 budget to be more political than technical. In a statement too, Al Maluma/Mounds said, the issue of amending the paragraph on the region's oil came at the request of the government and was raised during the recent hosting of Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani in the House of Representatives, considering the proposed amendment in the upcoming budget to be more political than technical. He added, the amendment proposal is still under discussion within the committee, as we held several discussions at the level of the responsible figures at the level of the Ministry of Oil, the Financial Supervision Bureau, and representatives of the Ministry of Finance, in addition to the presence of representatives of the region within the committee. He explained that the proposal will be presented during the second reading in the House of Representatives at the beginning of the next legislative session, and the issue of whether or not to pass it is left to the